black tea. I don't care what you got. Green tea. Take a shot of that with me right now. Clink, clink. Click, click, click. I don't care. Jesus. Circa 2026. Oh my God. If you are still watching this channel, shout out to y'all. Give this video a thumbs up. Y'all, I can't even remember my last YouTube video, which is why I'm not even going to be here with the excuses. I'm going to say I'm sick. But before I even started creating content, if you know me, you know, like I had to address the biggest elephant in the room. Girl, where are you? What's going on? I hate YouTubers that come with a whole bunch of excuses, but I would not be me and I would not be able to really give a great story on my YouTube channel, as we always do, if I didn't address a few things, honestly. If you're new here, then welcome to the chaos. My name is Miss Erin Yvette, and we like to have fun over here. If you guys should know the obvious by the title of this video, I am almost 3 months postpartum. 3 months, see? Life hit me so hard, I don't even know what it is. I am 3 years postpartum, and that's just insane to say. If you're a first-time mom like myself, and people are telling you it takes about 2 to 3 years, 5 years for you to come back from that postpartum funk, they are not lying to you. And I think that is the most insane thing to. Girl, I don't even know. Like, can we just cut the bullshit real quick? I've been taking shots, but can we take a shot together? All right, so listen. First of all, if you don't have kids, don't have them. The mom community is so mean, okay? It's just a group of people that are so angry about their lives. They go online all day. I don't know how y'all got time to be online as long as y'all do with all them kids y'all got. Because, yeah, take it from me, I'm tired. I don't have time to be online arguing with y'all, but it be the moms online telling you what not to do, what you should do, what you can't do, what you could do. I ain't here for none of that. I am a strong believer now, being in this thing 3 years solid, that every mother should do what's best for their own kid. And I am not one to tell you what that looks like, what that is. I'm not here for that. How I knew I was ready to come back to YouTube is that I stopped caring so much about what other people would say about my content. It's obvious, it's true, that the content that we were used to back in 2014-16 just doesn't exist anymore. So a lot of my creative colleagues are stuck in this questionnaire of should I keep creating content or should I navigate and try to make myself a little bit more transitionable with the new trends. And if you know Miss Erin Yvette, I've never been one to follow trends. I've always been a trendsetter. I've always been that girl that shopped on AliExpress before AliExpress, Temu, Shein became a popping thing. If you don't know who Romwe is, you can't tell me nothing about distributive sales. You can't tell me nothing about real vendors, okay? If you know, you know. Being able to see how creativity has transformed to today has been an amazing thing to witness. Kind of stopped YouTube right at the peak of when I got to Houston. When I moved to Houston, I was instantly depressed. I know a lot of people get the opposite effect when you move away from home, but for me, I hated Houston. I did not have any friends there. I wasn't in a happy relationship there. I had no family there. I had like one friend. I was finding myself in solitude, 12 hours away from my family, but I was also going through a very abusive relationship at the time. And I know a lot of people like to make comments about one's reality. Becoming a mother has taught me that there are constantly going to be people that try to silence you, that try to reshape your reality and tell you how you feel. And you guys have watched my journey. If you've been here from the very beginning, you know I've always been a smart girl. I've always been a respectable woman. I've always been someone with a good head on their shoulders. If you've known me back from Callahan, Florida, you know my family, you know my household name, you know who I am. Being on this platform has blessed me with the opportunity of being authentic and being 100% genuine in the versions of myself. So if you met me in real life, you knew that that was who Erin was on camera and vice versa. So getting pregnant and having my life go from, okay, this is Miss Erin Yvette, we know who she is, you know, to being called a whore, to being just emotionally abused. And just having all of these, honestly, if I could be honest, having a child put me in a fight or flight situation, not just emotionally, but physically, financially, and all of the above. I went through a literal spiritual warfare, and it has played a heavy toll on myself until I started making some changes. And that's why I have sat down and made this video quite a few times to talk about the things that I have been through. And this video is not about that. I've realized a lot of times people focused a lot on the past, and I'm just so excited about the future and about the present that I don't want anybody to clap or cry for me. What I went through is sacred and it's for me. I don't even want my son to know the shit that I went through. What happened during my prenatal depression, because I didn't know that was a thing either. Actually going through depression while you're pregnant, having to get a restraining order, having to move across states, explaining situations to my family and friends, coming back to social media and letting go of brand deals and missing out on a lot of money and basically shutting down a portion of me that I've had since I was in high school. It played a major toll on my mental health. But it also pushed me to challenge myself in ways that I did not know I could be pushed for real. I navigated myself into a career field that I absolutely love and that I am thriving in. And that is also cushioning a foundation for me to do things that I've always wanted to do academically. So that's something exciting. If you don't know, your girl actually randomly applied to HBCUs and I decided to attend Hampton University. So I am completing a paralegal certification through Hampton. And I'm also a private investigator in the state of Florida. Your girl has gone back to school, trying new certifications, going back, and I think honestly I want to get another master's degree. Like, I'm learning to self-regulate, because I know society loves that word. I'm learning to self-regulate without medication, without antidepressants or anti-anxiety medications. I'm learning to forgive myself, because for a long time I beat myself up about getting pregnant by the man that I got pregnant by. And I feel a lot of women feel the same way, but it was such an embarrassment that I didn't want people to know. Like, I didn't want people that I went to school with to find out. I went over and beyond to kind of keep parts of my life a secret, which is genuinely why I stopped creating content, because my content became a place for this person and their entourage essentially to stalk me. And yes, it got bad. And so when I tell you, everything about my life and my being just got so dark. And the only thing that really, I know people say this all the time, but the only thing that made life better for me was being my son's mother. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like being a mom. I never asked to be a mother. I know some women wake up, they want to get married. They dreamt about their wedding. They know how many kids they want and what type of house they want to live in. Me, I knew what schools I wanted to go to. I knew I wanted to go to law school. I knew that I wanted to attend an HBCU and what states I wanted to move in and how much money I wanted to make by this and the status that I want. That was me, okay? And I've achieved every goal that I've ever had. So to be back driven like that is super exciting for me. But no, I've never dreamt of being a wife and being a homemaker and being this and being that until I had my baby. Being Rowan's mother, my son's mom, is the highlight of my fucking life right now. I couldn't have imagined being called to have this position. So every time I look at him, I'm just blessed and thankful. I'm that mom that watches my baby while he sleeps and I cry. And I'm just like, wow, I made that. Like, you know, y'all. So while it's been a rocky navigation of should I share everything about him to document it all, or should I keep it to myself because there's creeps in the world and it can be used against me in court, like, that has been where I've been, and I'm gonna make mistakes. I realize that. I'm 29, okay? Being in PI and being able to see my parents' court records, and they laugh about it all the time when I say this, but seeing the struggles they went through in real time at the age that I'm at, and they were dealing with more. And I'm just so thankful to have such a great support system, to have great friends, great family, and to have so much love in my life and male figures in my life for my son. Like, y'all just don't, like, just, I don't know. All I'm saying is, in the beginning, it was hard because we knew that, right? But the shit that I experienced, I could have never thought in a million years. And even what was difficult for me was still favored by God. I have no doubt by that. I know I could not have made it without God, without a shadow of a doubt. So to be here where I'm at, to watch the things that I prayed for unfold, it has been a wild ride. Lately, if I can be honest, every person who has ever crossed me, God has brought them back into my life, if at minimum, just to apologize to me. I've just learned to stop being that person that pours so much detail into negativity. We all go through bad stuff in our lives. I don't want to talk about that. I want y'all to see God's glory, okay? I want y'all to hear about how far I've come, because it genuinely is nothing but God. I'm super excited for the future. I just wanted to sit up here and say that. I'm trying to include clips of what it looks like to actually try to film with my son. there is not one day where I can actually sit down and do a full day's vlog. So I don't know what my content is going to look like. Maybe you guys can give me some tips. I don't want my channel to be solely about mom content because I am more than just a mother. The brand deals are coming back in heavy. I'm super excited to be working with some of my favorite brands again. Shout out to Valentino for sponsoring today's video. This scent is amazing, y'all. These should be in stores by now. They came out last month in February, and my God, Valentino, they sent 2 amazing bottles. I actually gifted one to my mother, and it's just the perfect musk, plum, vanilla. Think that. Very warm, very sexy, but still like flirty and feminine, which are that's my go-to. I love a good Valentino. I'm a Valentino girl, okay? And rest in peace. I think he did pass away. But shout out to the team for sending this over. You guys always send the girl the goodies. Super hype and excited, you guys. I'm so thankful to still have those of you on my channel that are here. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you don't have me on Instagram or TikTok, make sure you add me on there because I'm updating a little bit more constantly on those platforms. But I promise there will be more videos, more vlogs, more sharing, all within reason. And I'm super, super blessed to just have you guys here. So thank you for joining in with your girl, Miss Ernie Vet. And I'll see you guys on my next video.